live everywhere. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having an okay week. I'm going through some strange things at the moment with one thing and another. Just trying to keep high vibrational, keep these things that are going on around us, try to keep my thoughts high, and angels are about because I always get itchy. I'm just trying to keep my thought process high, trying to not focus on all the negative that seems to be popping up at the moment, and just really staying in a good space, I suppose, and in trying to be a happy little camper. Hi guys. Oh, thank you for joining me. I'm trying to just stay high vibrational, be loving and giving to everyone, and just really, really, focus on the good things in life at the moment, and not getting dragged into the things that we personally cannot change. I'm in control of how I feel and what I think, and I'm always saying that to people, that you can stay in your sovereign self, and you're in control of how you're feeling and what you're thinking, and not to allow other factors outside of you to take away your harmony, your peace, for yourself, because there's so much out there right now being thrown at us, especially on the media and that type of thing. I think it's very easy to get sucked into that and even worry, and have concerns, I should do that. Have concerns, obviously about what's going on. But if you're staying in your sovereign self, and the angels are around me. I always get really itchy when the angels are around me. Mr. Michael. But yeah, just, I'm just trying to get on here, talk about something different, give people a different a perspective on things without being political. Mr. Archangel Michael doesn't like me getting political, which is absolutely fair enough. And, I don't need to do that. I'm not a politician anyway. I'm a starseed, a child of the light that's, said they would come here at this time. I'm as souls, we I suppose volunteer, if you like. I don't know why I'd volunteer to come here at this time, but I have, and I have to accept that and move on with it, which is what I do. So actually, funnily enough, today I actually wanted to talk about different planetary beings that are here. I think we don't always see ourselves as probably deriving from an alien faction ourselves. We kind of come here on this plane and we think, we're human beings. Yes, we are, but we could have derived from another planet, another solar system, and they are many, many different starseeds here at the moment that have reincarnated from different planetary systems. I believe through work I've been doing recently with Archangel Michael and a friend of mine. Recently I did a session with her to help her. It's something she's been working on, and it was to help her try it out, because I don't work well with energy. I don't necessarily like being messed about energetically, but Archangel Michael pushed me into doing this. Hi everyone. So I said I'd do the session, but the session was actually really, really interesting, because it made me understand that my planetary system on more than one lifetime had been blown up. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm just kind of, this is the thing with spirituality. Sometimes it's like a bit of a hunt, it's like joining joining all the dots together to fit things together so you get the bigger picture. And, you know, I know that my planet, on more than one occasion, there must have been a galactic war of sorts. It got blown up. And I know for a fact that that's happened more than one time. And at this time, you know, I've come in as a soul and I've come to Earth to help. I've volunteered to help myself as well, solely, but also to help with this situation right now, you know. God, why is it people always connect with you and you tell them you're busy doing stuff? So anyway, going back to what I was saying, you know, I have known that I've had many lifetimes. I've also have known that, you know, I am a starseed of sorts, and I've come back down here to help at these times, to help lift the vibration. And through having this session last week, actually everything's in divine timing. You know, we don't always see the bigger picture. But you have to know that everything happens to you in divine timing and in the right way, so it can serve you best solely. So going back to this session, I had this session and it really brought up these past lives of the fact that I had been on these other planets and they had been war or they'd been blown up anyway. And I remembered this, and it was a big release for me, as in there's a lot of tears and having that knowing that, gosh, you know, I had to witness in more than one lifetime that my planet had been blown up, and, you know, it was longer, it was no more. But to understand that I'd gone from that and then reincarnated into another lifetime, serving humanity, always serving the light, always serving humanity, and coming in as that soul to help others. And obviously at this time of what's going on here, especially in the UK, you know, I'm awakening. Now, if I'm awakening, and I believe I was already awake, you know, I believe I'm pretty awake anyway, but it feels like I'm awakening further in understanding that I am a starseed from another solar system. I am not your normal, God, the angels, sorry. I'm not your normal, I suppose, I don't know if you want to say that. I think humans are an amazing race. We're not, you know, that we have so many abilities within us that we have forgotten, like to communicate with, you know, through your third eye, telepathy. You know, we never used to speak. We always used to talk through telepathy, and, you know, hearing, that's all part of telepathy. Although clairsentience is clear hearing, but, you know, we are amazing. Even though, you know, you say, oh, I'm human, I'm just human. No, you're not just human. You know, you're a star seed incarnated from another solar system at one time or another. And Michael, we kind of spoke a little bit about that in my last show, and it was Archangel Michael said next week you need to kind of there is a lot of different starseed types, you know, there is a lot, but I would like to say talk to you about a few that I believe are here more at the moment, and I do want people to kind of see that they're magical, they're wonderful, and that they're an alien within themselves. You know, you're not. I mean, what is wrong? You know, we do say, I do think there's certain alien types, yeah, we should be wary of. There's no doubt about that. I believe that through my own experience. Not all of them are great. But there's one thing I will tell you with that side of things, there's good and bad in all. And it's the same with humans. There's good is what we class as humans. There's good and bad in all. So all I'm trying to say to you, when it comes down to alien beings, you can't say every alien force would be bad for humanity. There are some that I've met that have come through to me to help wake me up on this journey of actually what starseed am I, where have I come from, who I am, and in the full understanding of that, they've helped me do that. So not every reptilian being hasn't, they're not all bad, and that's where I'm at with that. But all I'm trying to say is they do exist, and I kind of wanted to say to everyone that if you're here at the moment, you pretty much are a starseed. You're a starseed incarnated from another solar system or another planetary system to be here at this time. And like I say, a lot of us are waking up. I'm awake, but I've now awoken in something totally different. So hi Ocean, hi Aaron. When I'm sorry guys talking, it's really hard for me to like thingy everybody, so I'm just saying hi. So yeah, understanding, knowing that we're already amazing, we're already more than just a human, that isn't, that's not just us. There's so much more to us, and that's where I'm at with awakening with the fact, yeah, I'm awake. I know I'm here. I know I'm here at this time to help others and but actually awakening to the fact what was the past, where I come from. And this is where Michael was at today, because I started it last week. Michael was like, well, why don't you do some information, learn something from it yourself, and kind of understand what planetary starseeds are here at the moment. And it was really interesting because I'm learning all the time. I'm not one of these people that says I know everything in life. I'm not that person. And I think, gosh, if I can learn something, I'll learn it, because that's what I'm here for. But for me, I kind of think, well, if I'm learning, I can always pass that on to someone else if they need to know that. I mean, as a spiritual coach, that's what I do. I have when I coach my clients, they're very individual coaching sessions for that client, because everyone needs different things at different times in their life. And when I do my coaching sessions, it's always Archangel Michael's present with me. But I just feel, for me, if I, learning something else, it's just nice to pass it on with others. And that's what it's all about. It's not an ego thing for me. It's just like, wow, I've learned this and I'll just pass it on. But this last week, it's so funny that I have learned so much personally about where I come from, what traits I have from different planetary systems. And the thing is, guys, you could have started like I have traits with Lyra, the planet Lyra, but then I also have mega traits with the planet Siren. But the thing is, I could have been both of them. I could have been both of them at one time. So I could have been an incarnate of Lyra and of Siren. And that's what Michael and what I found interesting is that, I didn't kind of realize that you can incarnate to different starseeds from different planets, and it's just not all the human factor. Do you know where I'm at with that? So I'm not going to bore you with telling you everything about every starseed, but I just found that so interesting that there is so many different starseeds, and that can incarnate you know, more than from, you know, one different planet down here on Earth. So I just wanted to say this. The star seeds, there's quite a few, so I don't really want to bore everyone, but I just thought it was interesting, an interesting thing to talk about. So iron star seeds come from the Orion constellation, but what I love about this is there's certain traits of the Orion star seed traits. They're very intelligent and mostly driven by their mental state, mental but not emotional beings, here to learn to love and experience emotions. Great sense of humour, can be life and soul of the party, optimistic, jack of all trades, and can be knowledgeable on a lot of different topics, able to work with different forms of technology effortlessly, entrepreneurs, want to lead and inspire others. Often incarnate earth signs as Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Their main passion is knowledge. And I just thought it was so interesting. And some Orion seeds have bright blue eyes and ice blue eyes that draw you in. But most Orion star seeds can have all types of coloured eyes. So it's just so interesting. Then you've got the Arcturian star seed trait. And obviously this is from Arcturus, the planetary system, Arcturus. But they're great public speakers, highly passionate about technology, don't fear death, great at mathematics. Well, that's when I just definitely knew I wasn't one of them, one of those star seeds. And they often feel the black sheep of family, enjoy attention and appreciation. Lower body temperature due to other health causes. And then we have the Pleiades, which I think a lot of people resonate with right now, that there is a lot of Palladius star seeds here. And this is what Michael just doesn't want me to bore everyone with it, but just try and wake people up to the knowledge that there are the different star seeds that are coming and have been for centuries coming to Earth. But Palladius, Arcturian are star seeds that people, if you're spiritual, do know a bit about. But the Pleiades, because I've struggled to know who I resonated with, but with the Pleiades, they're from the Pleiades star system. The Pleiades consist of 7 bright stars. Palladians live in multi-dimensional and can incarnate to Earth from any of those dimensions, and that's what I've been saying. They're gentle in nature and meek in mannerisms, and that just screams one of my friends who's actually watching today. Softly spoken and polite, humanitarians, empathic, feel and take others' energy, can transmute when they're in alignment. Offer tall, slender, with blonde hair and blue eyes. This can vary, though, it says. May have Norse or Northern European DNA. It's so interesting. It's all about love with the Pleiades, want to spread love around the world. High cheekbones, long limbs, strong jawlines, drawn to outer space, science fiction, astrology and stars, interested in healing, family orientated, people pleasers, sometimes to the fault. Sometimes to a fault, because this allows them to be taken advantage of. Sensitive individuals wear their hearts on their sleeve, feel very different than everyone else in growing up. They feel they have a big mission on Earth and may struggle with food sensitivities, sensory issues and anxiety when not in alignment. God, it feels like that's a couple of my friends actually. But it is really, really interesting. And this was the thing that Michael wanted me to just talk about, was just to open people's minds. It's just not, it's not about, it's just about, thinking that, well, actually I am a starseed and I'm not just, some human being. But even if you are just some human being, that's still amazing. That's still a really beautiful thing, you know. But it was just the fact that he wanted people to understand that, you know, you can come from many, you know, there are many places that you can come from, you know. And when we're here, we're limited on this plane to how we think, you know. Like, people will be like about space, you know. Apparently we're finding new stars in our solar system all the time and things like that, you know. Whereas you know, some of us already know this already exists because we come from there, you know. So this was Siren, which Cyrus is, we've been fascinated by dog star Cyrus since the beginning of time. Ancient Egypt, African tribes and other people have legends and connections with the star Cyrus, which is a good reason. It's the brightest star in the night sky and is also called the Alpha Canis. I wouldn't know this. In recent years, it was discovered that Cyrus had two star systems, a fact that the Dogon tribe in Africa has been saying for years. So a Siren starseed trait is drawn to lost civilizations and cultures, which is me. Very interested in that. I'm not really drawn to the star system Cyrus. I have a love for dogs, yes. I salt the earth. Well, yeah, if you know me, yeah. I'm not very filtered, though. That's my problem. Spiritual individuals who also embrace the ways of the world. I'm not interested in magic at all, or witchcraft. That does alternative healing, yeah, but that doesn't sit with me. Creative individuals love art, craft and writing. That's a bit more like me. They have a mission to save the planet and defend animals. Sacral and throat chakra alignments. Enjoy tattoos and piercings. That's definitely me. And I love clothes and accessories. That's me. May feel deep connection with water, the ocean. Yep, that's me. Love whales and dolphins. They have a fascination with mermaids since childhood, which isn't really me because I knew they used to exist, so it wasn't a fascination. I have a friendship with one or two more ascension masters. I sure do, as I work with Archangel Michael every day and all the time. I have a great sense of humour and silliness. Well, if you know me and you watch me, then you'll know I'm ridiculous sometimes. I'm always prattling about. And this was the other starseed that I kind of gelled with. For me was Lyran. Lyrans are a type of starseed from the Lyra constellation. There are a few stars in the Lyra constellation, but the main planet of origin is Vega. Gosh, maybe Vegas, hey? It is said the first humans originated from Lyra. You see, this is what I'm saying, guys. You know, we're not just human beings. There is so much more to us. So the first humans originated from Lyra, a race of ancient beings called felines also came from Lyra and helped establish more of the ancient world on Earth, including Atlantis and ancient Egypt, which I know I've had incarnated many lifetimes in Atlantis and Egypt. I've always known that. And being from Lyra includes felines, vegans, and Lyrans. So Lyran starseed traits: enjoy, they're hard workers. They take pleasure in good and exotic food, beverages, have strong connection or affinity with cats and birds, athletic in nature, enjoy exercise, have the ability to shift consciousness easily, enjoy social environments, but would rather not be the life and soul of the party, fiercely independent, have goals that get distracted easily. Well, that could be me. because I get bored. That's me. Love to travel and explore. Often incarnate into zodiac signs, particularly Leo, Sagittarius, which I am Sagittarius. So that really, really resonated with me. I'm not going to go on and on and on because I don't want to bore you. I just want to tell you some of the ones that I have heard of, and it was the Andromedan starseed, Andromeda. It's terrible, you see, because English isn't my first language, so I do find it hard sometimes to pronounce stuff. I've always been like that. But Andromeda starseeds are from the Andromeda galaxy outside our own. There are few Andromeda starseeds on Earth. There are few, on Earth than others. But here are some of their traits. Easy to talk to, meek and mild in nature and mannerisms, laid-back personality, have a light aura and often thought as pure beings of light, act or look like a child, quiet or tend to stay in the background to observe others, love their freedom, have a strong desire to travel and explore, often can't stay monogamous in relationships, have commitment problems, emotionally guarded, avoid conflict, tall, thin, and bald easily in their earthly bodies. Often find jobs in art, spiritual practices, artists, teachers, spiritual leaders, tarot readers, writers, carefree lifestyle. So they're just some of the starseeds that are here on Earth at the moment. Like I say, I don't like to bore people because it can be a bit too much information. But where I was coming in today was just wanting to give people that realization that you're not just a human. There is more to you as a physical being than you realize, and to know and understand that we have these gifts within us, the mediumistic senses, and we have forgotten a lot of, especially being able to talk telepathically, and not being, we didn't used to speak physically, and that we could quite easily speak between each other like that. And we've, when you've come in as on this plane at the moment, there's so much distraction, and there seems to be such a kind of program put in place that helps us forget, that what we were, what we are, and to know that, the simplicity of there is no death, for instance. We're very, I say this, you come to this earth and, people die and it's all doom and gloom, and you go to their funeral and you're breaking your heart over them. Well, they've only gone home. They're infinite beings of the light, like we all are. So when the physical body has its time, we just go home. We go back to the heaven dimension. There is different dimensions up there, different parts of heaven, but that's where we go. There's no you don't have to, you're going to miss someone in the physical, but you'll see them again, because when it's your time to go, you'll see them again. Or if you're like me, you're the psychic medium that I am, I can bring messages from your loved ones to you, because the veil's very thin at the moment between worlds, the heaven plane and this dimension, because we are going more fifth dimension than third dimensional at the moment, and I'm able to converse with spirit from the heaven plane and bring messages to you, because there's no death, and people think, oh, she's, until you experience what I do. I mean, obviously, you don't know this, but I have had a lot of people telling me I'm a scammer, I'm not real, I'm this, that, and the next thing. But actually, as a psychic medium, it's one of the things I love to do, as well as coaching, of course. But, I'm able to do that for people. And usually in my sessions, a lot of healing takes place, because I'm able to talk to that person about their loved one who might be feeling guilty, or just there might be an issue with the passing of the death, and I'm able to do that. So there is no death, and we come in on this plane. Yes, we agree to it solely, but then we forget so much, and a lot of us forget actually why we've come here, because there's so much of this outside interference here on Earth, and it takes you away from actually what you're meant to be doing here solely. And that's what's sad. For a lot of us, we don't reach our full potential when we're coming to Earth at these times, because there's so much getting on the hamster wheel of life. You don't, when you come here, you've got to pay rent, you've got to pay mortgage. You're kept so busy and far away from your actual spiritual being, your spiritual self, because you are on this hamster wheel of life. And you have to pay bills, you got to you have children, you got to and it's ongoing and ongoing and ongoing. And it's such a shame that for some of us that this life takes you so far away from solely of why you're here. And that's where I say, with myself, it's just my coming in today, it's just to give you a different perspective, it's to give you another way of thinking. It's not about I don't take myself too seriously. If you know me, you know that. And it's not like I'm coming from that place, you've got to believe this. It's just no, this is the truth, this is it. It's up to you how you cope with it, you deal with it, whatever. I'm just a bit of a messenger. That's all I am. But Archangel Michael was just coming in after what I talked about last week, and just said, well, explain to them, that there are different starseeds. And I'm up to about 12 different starseeds on this information I have. I just mentioned the ones that I thought were most prominent to us here and now, and to tell you. But for me, it felt very apt after having this session last week to actually come on and then talk about what that session had brought up for me, and how it had made me remember, not made me, it had brought up those past lives and the hurt and the pain that I felt for losing my planet, and more than one time, and I've always known about Atlantis. I've always known about my life in Egyptian times, because I remembered them since I was a small child. Because as a soul, when you come into this plane, your memory is meant to be wiped of your past lives. I always remembered from a very, very small child that I was reincarnated. I believed in reincarnation, and it's been like that pretty much all through my life. Different, even foods can bring in a scenario of a past life for me, and I remember that past life. That has happened to me all through my life since I was a very small child. So I've always been aware of reincarnation and past lives, and I also understood that your past lives, whether you like it or not, can affect you in this life. And when people have past life regressions, they usually find out where things need clearing from the past. And like this week for me, I think it was the loss of my planet, of my civilization, and I've let that go and I've released it. I had to then go and have another healing this week by Christopher Macklin to kind of just check my heart was okay, because it was it was feeling unbalanced after the first energy healing. But he was able to, the angels, the Melchisedeks went in, and I'm calmer now. But yeah, I hope you like what I was talking about. I don't want to go on and on about it, but it's just, coming in a different perspective that, we're not just human. We are infinite beings of the light. We come from different planetary systems, different stars, different planets, and we have signed up for this. Some of us are awakened and some of us are not, and some of us are leaving. People say to me this week, well, gosh, there's a lot of people, they're taking their lives, and I'm like, well, they didn't sign up for this. People, starseeds that came in didn't necessarily sign up. So, they are leaving, but there's no death. So I'm hearing Michael say, I need to say that to you. There is no death, guys. We're just, the body dies and we go home. We go home to the heaven realms, So just know that. And that no, they didn't sign up for this. For some people, they are finding this a little bit much, a little bit too much. So they're like, I'm just going to go home. I didn't sign up for this solely, so I'm going to go home. And that's exactly what happens. So just remember that and try not to feel, I feel like someone needs to hear this, so I'm going with it. Just know that suicide can be a soul's choice because, they don't want to be a part of what's going on the planet. And just know that, okay? And know they're just going home, and look at it that way, that these souls didn't sign up for it, and they're going home. Okay, so I'm just hearing that. I'm going to pull a card, Michael's saying. I'm going to pull a card for the week for everybody, if that's okay. And hopefully it'll be a jolly card. I'm absolutely freezing, guys. I feel like, the angel, honestly, I feel like my hands are blue. The energy I'm using today coming in is so cold. But I hope everybody's enjoyed my conversation today anyway. Like I say, it's just a different perspective of looking at things and understanding things. And, that's what I'm here for and what I like to do. Oh, wow. I'm using, I should tell you what I'm using. They are Carl Gray's new Angel Guide card. His angel guide cards, they're new, so I got told off by Archangel Michael. I usually, all my cards are American, and he said you have to get cards to support your country. I'm like, okay. I hope that helped, Patty. I hope that was something nice for you. Gosh, guys, I'm so flipping cold. I am so cold. Now, I pulled the Guardian Angel card. Look, it's a beautiful card. And Michael is the main man of all the archangels and all the angels in general. He's like the boss, if you like. Now, he dislikes unemployed angels. That's just his thing. He moans, he goes on about it. Because they're an infinite source of light, angels. They're infinite. A bit like us, but they're an infinite source of energy. So the more we need, the more he sends. And he doesn't like idle angels. And this, I hear, it's like a shout out to people that aren't working with their guardian angels. Just ask, because your guardian angel is stood by your side as we speak, stood there idle. If you haven't asked your guardian angel to work with you, now is the time, because that beautiful being of light can now start to assist you with everything in your life. It doesn't just have to be one thing. The angels can help you with every aspect of your life, and that's what he's reminding me to say to you. So if you haven't already invoked your beautiful guardian angel, now is the time. And all you have to say, guys, all you have to say is, will you please, guardian angel, please, will you work with me? That's all you have to say. I invited the angels into my home, into my life, probably about 15 years ago. I invited them in, and that's where they stay. So as soon as I'm up in the morning, well, not even up, they were singing to me this morning. they were singing to me. I had Justin Bieber song in my in my ears. It was Archangel Michael. And this is another beautiful card. It's courage and bravery. And I think at the moment, this card is coming in on where I started today. And that's, staying in your sovereign self, being in control of what you think and what you feel, and have the bravery to stand in your sovereign self despite what others might be throwing at you or what else is being thrown at you. You can be in control of that and have the courage and bravery to do that, and to not be influenced by others. I'm hearing it's important that if that's the way you want to go, the way that you want to roll, I'm hearing, then have the courage to stand your ground. Do not be swayed by others and their and what they think and what they feel. If you're if you're happy in your choices in life for yourself, then you have the courage to see that through, is what I'm hearing. Which is a really interesting card, because if you are in my country here, feels quite a lot of pressure at the moment about certain things. I'm just going to pull one more card, and this is the Oracle Fairy deck. I love these, Karen K. I do love them. They're really light energied cards, actually. So I'll just pull one of these for us for the week, unless anyone else out there would like a reading or anything before I hop off. Well, I hope you enjoyed what I was talking about today. Oh wow, I pulled this card. I've got a show tonight, actually, guys, on the spiritual events directory. It's my new Australian show. It's at 10:30 tonight. I don't know any of you would like to join me. Just go on to the page, and I'll be there at 10:30 tonight. I will go live for an hour. I will be doing mini readings and probably just talking a bit about the angels and taking questions if anybody's got any questions, unless anyone's got any questions here today. But I've got, I love this card. It's celebration. Look, they're so pretty, these cards. I just love them. Look. Celebration. It says, get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out, dance, play, and an invitation could be on the way. Well, hopefully there is an invitation for me that's going to be on the way, but hopefully, guys, when we get out of lockdown here in the UK, we can go party. We can go and celebrate, see our friends, see our family, and just have a bit of enjoyment in our lives. This winter's just felt very, very long. Ocean, for you, I will give you a reading quickly. Bless you. I've got Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland. They're lovely cards as well. I still feel you're fighting with yourself, Ocean. I still feel you're fighting with yourself over things. It's like you feel like you're losing control, and it feels like you're panicking a bit, hun. I've just pulled the card for you, and it says, look at the bigger picture. And I seem to think that, you're limiting yourself with your thoughts, honey. And that's why they're kind of saying, look at the bigger picture here, because I feel there's more options for you. And it's like you're just limiting yourself, thinking you have one option. And that's why they're coming in on it. So that's why they're asking you to look at the bigger picture there, because there is more options for you. But you seem to be limiting your brain space with the fact that you don't. So they're just saying, just have a look at that. Think about this, because it feels like your brain space is like limiting you again. There is more options. You just need to have the courage to step into your power, I'm hearing. Yeah, I've been focusing. Yeah, Okay. Okay, well that makes sense as to why I got that for you then. Bless you. Well, guys, I hope everyone's enjoyed it and, you know, just made you think of, you know, wow, I'm actually not just a human being. I'm a planetary being, a starseed, incarnated and come to Earth at this time. And, you know, I've agreed to that solely. And I'm here to, you know, help myself, but help others at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoy getting on and speaking to you. And just thank you so much for support. It's always nice to see some familiar faces and some new ones. So thank you ever so much for joining me. Yeah, I don't want to get you getting too bored with me, so I'm going to go. But love to you all. Take